Hello, everybody. Welcome back to No Direction Detail. I'm Brian.
And I'm Aaron.
So today we have a special treat for you. We do have a shampoo sitting in the middle. We do have some empty bottles and vials and all kinds of stuff here, dilution ratios, sitting out for a purpose. Today we're going to take you a little bit behind the scenes of how a car wash or a car shampoo is born without going into specific formula.
I mean, we're not going to give
details.
away the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices, but
Exactly. Not too many videos on getting behind what it takes to make some of these products. When asked, and I have mentioned, my product line, Aaron's product line, not white label. A lot of these are formulated by yours truly.
yeah. I mean, we were lucky enough to stumble on to a real chemist early in the production of the Phoenix line and the BC
And
line.
by the way, they're not cheap.
They are not cheap. They're not cheap.
Not cheap at all.
And so, a lot of times you'll get a baseline formula, and then the magic happens when we get to tweak it and say, well, we wanted to do more of this, and we wanted to do less of that, and we wanted to do this, and we wanted to do that. And for me, that's the fun part, is when we get into the shop like this. You remember when you and I made Hydra together?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
so much fun.
So even though we had separate, how many times do you see this where we're supposed to be competitors,
We're supposed to be.
but we helped each other?
I get
Getting
that.
some of these
I get that
batches
question
ready.
a lot, and I just had dinner the other night. What day is today? Thursday. So 2 nights ago, I had dinner with Titan Chemistry. Jason is an amazing fellow, and because you've always been my mentor, to further your point, you've always said, because I said, Brian, why would you support me? Why would you sell my product on your website? You remember that conversation?
Yeah.
And his answer was, there's plenty of room at the table for everybody. And because of that kind of mentorship and that tutelage that I've gotten from you, like I try to pay that forward and pass that on. And so I'm able to meet with and have dinner with an excellent fellow named Jason from Titan Chemistry. I'm able to work with the House of Rags and their brand Detail Co. Because I think that this is a community is bigger than just the individual part.
Yeah, it is. It is, absolutely. And there is plenty of room at the table for excellent detailing products. There are some white labeled products out there. Mine aren't. Phoenix EOD is not. And for as much of the products as we can, we actually make the batches.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll go into a little bit greater detail later on in the next segment as to what we do. But it's going to be a fun video today.
So basically, the why we have all this stuff sitting out is the EOD stands for Evolve or Die, and I'd like to see if we can't make the soap to the next level. You know what I mean? We're constantly trying to evolve it, and since we have the technology and we have the psychoticness to keep messing with chemicals.
Absolutely.
We thought this would be a fun. It would be a fun Mr. Brian's neighborhood. So
Yeah, to bring you guys along and share what we do behind the scenes, just a little bit.
Yeah. So these are 2 different baseline soaps, and then we have lightning in a bottle. This bottle here, the juice that's in this, is really made Phoenix to the next level. Like we use this in our Hydra, we use this in our Peleus panel prep, and we use it also in our Apex soap. And so we're going to take some baseline
A
formulas.
secret surfactant formula.
Correct. Say that 6 times fast.
See-
So this one's super thick, almost like version 1 was.
Incredibly viscous, and then you have a couple that are,
And then you have this one that's very thin.
and then the one you're familiar with.
Right. And so what I want to do is I want to see if I can't take these 2 or one of these 2 and make it even better than Old Faithful. Personally, I don't think there's any reason to
Your first version of that was quite viscous for
Right, and the problem that we had with that was we found that in power washers and foam cannons, it just wasn't mixing and diluting properly, and so we were getting inconsistent results going through the pressure washers and the foam cannons, and so and then version 2 came out, and we were still using salt and with the different surfactants that are in this, the surfactants were just too powerful, and it was basically causing the salt to settle out of it. It doesn't like thickeners.
And that's what sodium does for a shampoo. The more sodium you add, the thicker and more viscous it gets. The problem is, I don't like salt in my shampoos.
Yeah, it's a corrosive. Why would you put it in there? So
those of you that like thick, molasses-like shampoo to settle slowly like a ribbon at the bottom of your bucket, just know what you're getting into.
yeah, it's a lot of salt. And so then, as you know, version 3, it doesn't have any of that stuff in there. It is just pure cleaning slickness. But as long as certain people continue to rank me at number 2, I'm going to keep swinging for the fences.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is S tier. I got S tier, but I've been told that it's slightly less than the number 1 spot, and I'm going to crack that.
You're gunning for it.
I'm going to crack that egg eventually.
Well, before we go any further, we're going to have a lot of fun here today. We do need to pay the bills. So.
We do got to pay the bills. So, would you do us a favor? Click on the link in the comment section in the description. Use No Direction 10. You can support the show. Save yourself some cheddar. Only at the House of Rags.
How about we get out into the shop, take the audience with us, and have some fun?
That sounds like a great idea.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So before we even get started, we brought in an old clunker that hasn't been washed in a long, long time. Bonded contaminants, salt, dirt, mud, everything Mother Nature could throw up at it.
Nothing like a nice, harsh Pennsylvania winter either.
Yeah, tell me about it. The perfect candidate for car shampoos.
So, Brian, let me ask you a question. When you are getting ready to shampoo a car, wash a car, and I mean, we've talked about your process before, and the 5 different sponges and the contact wash and so on and so forth. What are you looking for in a soap?
So I've mentioned in a lot of the videos, the most important part for me is definitely not this. I don't care how it's foamy. I don't care what the suds look like. Lubrication first. How the wash mitt glides. I like to test them by starting at the front here, right above the headlight on the hood. And then I'll take the mitt and I'll run it right up over the windshield, right up over the roof and down the back. And I like to see how far I get before that wash mitt stops gliding easily and starts to plow into the paint a little bit. Yeah. So that kind of, that's very important. And then, of course, obviously for everybody else, the cleaning power.
Right.
Yeah. By the way, guys, a barrel like this is kind of where the magic happens. We get the base in there, and then we mix in the ingredients and then some of the surfactants and everything else, and we just get something that looks like a big auger, and we're mixing it in a 55-gallon drum. And
it's a big metal. You guys have probably seen it in my in some of my videos, like when I was making the Glossum wax. It's a big rod that has a big paddle blender at the bottom, and I have a machine that will take it up and down and up and down, and
without showing particular formulas. One day we'll get footage of that to show it to
Sure,
them
that's a good
from
time.
start to finish. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. All right, so
just to circle back around to what you were saying about how you liked your soap, if you can zoom in on this, you'll see that Brian's logo is in the back of Apex soap, and we all should know that Brian helped me with this soap, and therefore, as a homage to him, it's his name, his logo, and at the end of the day, he got to sign off on the when we finalized the formula. It wasn't finalized until Brian signed off on it.
Okay, so again, these may not ever even see a shelf.
Yeah.
This is just us, with some of our spare time, evolving or or EOD.
Yeah.
Even when the customer is happy with the product, we are always still trying to tweak it to make it better.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing today, and so we're going to play with the original, and we have two baselines here that are a little bit different from each other. This one here, like molasses, viscous, higher sodium count. This one here, a little bit easier to break down in your wash bucket and your foam cannon, which is a good thing, and less sodium, which is a good thing. You have an open sore in your car and exposed metal, you don't want salt getting in there.
Right.
And repeated process. So that there is the magic.
It is.
I'll let you.
Well, again, I'm not going to give away the 11 herbs and spices, but I will say it's extremely expensive, but it works. And I mean, like, when I'm using this, if I'm making a 55-gallon drum, I use ounces. So
That's how strong.
That's how strong it is.
Surfactant.
So what we have here is we have our nice little, and I'm just going to add just a couple of drops to this one, and just a couple of drops to that one.
So a couple of drops of the surfactant to the highly viscous formula, and then the thinner formula, and then we'll test each one. We'll show how we go out then once these are mixed, and see how they perform.
All right.
And we'll get that on camera.
Here we go. 1, bloop, and 2, bloop. Again, it doesn't take much, and then give that thing a.
Now, normally this is in a huge vat, and then we're using that auger type tool to mix it together for a period of time.
Yeah, it goes at least 20 minutes.
Just for messing around, just for what we do on our spare time here, we'll do it in these smaller containers.
Yeah, it's incredibly expensive and wasteful to make an entire vat of something.
When you can do it this way.
When you can do it this way, and then using. I'm never going to use this math in my life. Why do I have to learn it? Using math, then you can formulate it out. So if I'm using this in a 32-ounce bottle and I use this much, how much do I have? Because it's basically, you break it down to ounces, and then there's 128 ounces in a gallon, 640 ounces in a 5-gallon, and so on and so on.
And if it's something that's really impressive and it makes the ears go up, then we'll make a larger vat.
And send it to all my friends and other detailers and be like, hey, what do you think of this? I need to know. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
All right, so we have the thinner one here, and then we have a super viscous. Which one do you want to test first?
I don't have a lot of confidence in this one, so let's test this one
Let's
first.
test this one first then.
Yeah.
All right. That one to the side. So we're going to go ahead and prepare a foam cannon, and we'll do a foam and rinse first.
Do you want to get out the original and just so we can, we'll spray it down and that way we'll have something to compare it to, or do you just want to wing it?
I will get a second foam cannon, and on this half of the hood, we'll put the this version,
Okay.
and then on the other half we can put
The OG?
The OG, yeah.
All right, so this is the batch that I don't have any confidence in, but let's give it a whirl, see what happens. Now, again, I've never been a big fan of the shaving cream, but this definitely is a lot. This is a lot more runny than the OG. I can tell you that.
Yes, I mean, I like a foam that carries the grime and pollen and dust and whatever it can emulsify and take it down the panel. But this is too watery. This is too quick.
Yeah.
I don't like shaving cream thick where it doesn't move either.
But you need to have a little bit of dwell
You need
time.
to have something in between.
Sure.
You can see how it's slowly sheeting as it's getting the panel cleaner. I have this in a bucket now, and I'm going to foam it again and try to get a feel of what lubricity is with
Okay.
it. You can go back.
So, what we're trying to do here is it's about balancing. All right. So the things that Brian's going to be checking for, we're looking at surfactant strength. Does it clean effectively? Does it strip protection? He's going to be checking for lubricity. So it's basically reduces friction during contact washes, protects from marring. We want to look at foam structure. Thick doesn't always mean better. Stability matters more than Instagram foam. We're also looking at rinse behavior. Does it sheet clean? Does it leave a residue behind? We're looking at water compatibility, hard water tolerance. It doesn't collapse instantly. And then cost efficiency. It works at the right dilution. I mean, the OG Apex works at a 600 to 1 ratio. There are 640 ounces of water in a 5-gallon bucket. So you're basically, with 1 ounce of the OG Apex, or I should say version 3, version 3 Apex, you can literally almost make a full 5-gallon bucket with just 1 ounce. And if you don't believe me, check out Detail It Doug's YouTube page, where he actually uses a thimble to make a 5-gallon bucket of soap. It's wild.
All right, so clean now, pre-wash, contact wash. The car has no protection, so this is normal, slow sheeting. And it's clean. I wasn't impressed with slickness.
No?
Wasn't impressed with the viscosity of the foam out of the foam cannon. So you didn't have a lot of confidence in that one, and for good reason.
Yeah.
So let's try the second version, and then we'll finish up with doing the whole front clip with the original.
All right. Sounds good to me.
And we'll go from there. All right, so this is the more viscous version. Do you have a little bit more confidence in this one here?
I hope so.
With the baseline, we don't know sometimes.
You're right. Now
what
the
to expect.
the,
Right off
the
bat.
baseline of the first stuff it was terrible. It was a huge improvement. Then we added that magic in a bottle, and it was a huge improvement. But it still was way off the game. This one, I had a lot more confidence in without the surfactant that we added. But now that we've added it, I'm thinking I feel good about it.
All right, let's give it a shot. All right, here we go. This foam cannon is old. It's been beat up. It's time for a new one. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So you were right there. Definitely more confident in this one. And as you can see, the foam is running down through, but it's not just like water dripping off. And it's not like shaving cream just sitting there.
Right. It's doing exactly what you want it to do. Grab that stuff and get it off the paint, bring it down.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
I know it's not.
Looks better.
I know it's not camera sexy, but foam, shaving cream foam, is.
it does not. It's not
Yeah.
what I prefer. All right, let me rinse this off, and then I'll hit it again and use the mitt. Now I'm checking for the most important part to me, how that mitt glides across glass, painted surfaces, trim, and all the other stuff.
Roger that.
A little bit, it's a little bit more of a chore to rinse off, but squeaky clean. But that's going to be the case with all of the thicker shampoos. It's going to be a little bit more water needed to rinse it off. Let me hit it again, then I'll use the wash mitt.
Okay. So Apex uses a blend of surfactants, not just one. You've got primary surfactants, which is the cleaning backbone. You have secondary surfactants, the foam structure and the stability, foam boosters, conditioning agents, and water softening components. The magic isn't in one ingredient. It's in how the system works together. We're experimenting right now with higher-end non-ionic surfactants. We're testing better lubricity enhancers. We're adjusting the balance between foam and glide. And we're exploring surfactants that behave better in foam cannons. We're not trying to make more foam. We're trying to make a smarter foam. So just so the viewing audience knows, too much surfactant can hurt rinsing. As you've seen, we made it a little bit harder to rinse off. I'm not unhappy with that.
Plenty of lubrication with the mitt gliding across glass, paint, and trim. Yeah, that is a baseline to keep working with.
Okay.
It's the best way I could put it.
Yeah.
So guys, now you get an idea of where we start.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go from there and improve and improve. And sometimes these come to a dead end where
Yeah. It's just like, well, I mean,
move on.
as my dad would say, perfect will have to do. But if I'm going to get ranked number 2, then I guess I haven't reached perfection just yet.
No. So we'll just keep working on that,
Yeah.
guys. We'll do that. Keep doing that behind the scenes. But we just kind of wanted, without giving away a ton of details, give you an idea of how some of these products are developed with us, anyways. All right. So now we have the actual OG
V3.
in the canister, and I'll do the whole front clip with this. The original, or the OG, still incredible when it comes to slickness, glide across the panel, keeping that wash mitt from plowing into the paint and pushing around dirt. Does an excellent job cutting back on marring and scratching, which is impossible to eliminate altogether.
And it seemed like it rinsed a lot cleaner, a lot easier.
And the surfactant is very satisfying, does a great job cleaning. If you haven't tried the original, where can we find it?
You can find it at thehouseofrags.com. Use No Direction 10, save yourself some cheddar, and buy some amazing soap. You can also get it at phoenixcod.com and several other distributors around the country. But since this is sponsored by The House of Rags, on the House of Rags YouTube channel, get it at The House of Rags and support our show so that they'll invite us back.
Absolutely, guys. Formulating a soap isn't about throwing ingredients together. It's about engineering a system. And right now, we're fine-tuning Apex with some high-end surfactant to improve glide, slickness, stability, and performance without sacrificing costs and safety of washing your vehicle without causing damage.
So, now that you've been thoroughly educated in Mr. Brian's neighborhood, when this is all done, jump on over to Phoenix COD's YouTube channel. You can watch NDD, the B-Reels.
We're not going to say anything more. If you want to see what's going on over there, come join us.
Come join us. See you next night.